follow the Via Dolorosa, you get to the rooftop of the Holy Church. We just saw the number 9, that's station number 9 of the 14 stations that Christians commemorate the way of the cross, the route that Jesus had to walk with the cross. And we're getting to the rooftop of the Holy Sepulcher. Lots of little doors there, and here, very small apartments. These are the places of Ethiopian monks. They are the ones living on the rooftop of the Holy Sepulcher. It's all little apartments there. You see their windows. And here, to watch your head, but here you get into two little chapels of the Ethiopian Christian community. They have a church in Western Jerusalem, but they also have a part of the Holy Sepulcher. Not inside, as you will see in a moment. So they have the rooftop. And two little chapels with an entrance from the courtyard of the Holy Sepulcher. We'll reach that in a moment. We're now getting to the second chapel. And here we get out. This is the courtyard of the Holy Sepulcher, the holiest place in Christianity. Where we see the stone of anointment. According to tradition, Jesus was taken off the cross and anointed before buried in the cave. As you can see here, beautiful mosaic. Make a small walk inside the Holy Sepulcher. On top of this church, there will be two chapels. One for the European Christians, the Catholics, the Franciscan order, and another one from the Greek Orthodox order. This is from the Medici family, rich family financing the Crusades. More important for Christians is this Greek chapel. And what you can see here is the rocks of Golgotha, the rocky hill where Jesus was crucified and where he died. This is the place where people can kneel, and you lower your arm in there, and you are able to touch the rock of Golgotha. We're not doing repairs here. This is a right that the Franciscan order have during the Lent period to put these stairs here. They used to be necessary to light candles. It's not anymore, but they had the right to put the stairs. So why stop? No one's giving in. There's a status quo here. Whatever was written down, you stick to it. Then there's another small chapel where you can get to the bottom of the rock of Golgotha, seeing the crack. And according to Christian tradition, when Jesus died to the cross, his blood went down. He died for sins of humanity, and when his blood went down, it touched the skull of Adam, the first human being who was buried under Golgotha. Inside the church, there's many little chapels and some openings. If we go down here, we get to the Armenian part. This is just one part. And here you can see it's the Armenians because they have the holy mountain, the mountain of Ararat. According to Christian tradition, or not, the Old Testament, so any believer in the Bible, Noah and his ark reached land on the mountain of Ararat. So this chapel was already used or this space used in the 4th century. It's called the Chapel of Helen. Helen was the mother, the Roman Emperor Constantine, the first Christian. His mother secretly became a Christian before it was allowed. And in this place he supposedly found the true cross. And because he found multiple crosses, they had to check which one was the true cross, so they needed a dead body. And check the cross, to match the cross with a dead body. And the cross that resurrected the dead body was the evidence that that was really the true cross of Jesus. From then on it was taken in every battle until the famous battle of 1187 against Saladin, and then the true cross was lost. This place we have the chapel of the handcuffs. When Jesus was brought to this place, he was changed, supposedly with his leg through these two holes. This is a Greek Orthodox chapel, the prison of Christ. They hold him here before it was time to crucify him. So this church is shared by many different Christians. I was just walking over the sign of the Byzantine Empire. They're the ones starting to build the first church here. If you look up here, you see a lot of pillars. Big one, huge one like these. This is from the Crusaders. They came here in 1099, but before there were churches already. So instead of building from scratch, they built on top of the church that the Byzantine Empire had built here. So what you see here, this dome, built in the 12th century by the Crusaders. So this church is shared by the Ethiopians, by the Copts, Armenians, Greek Orthodox, and the Franciscans. This is their location, and for people from Western churches, this looks a bit like any other church. And here's the dome. Here used to be the cave where Jesus was buried and where he resurrected. That's why this is the most important place in Christianity. Let me show some more places. The 6th group of Christians sharing this place is the Syrian church. Syrian church, as they like to call themselves now. They have a very small chapel, which you enter from here. They still have services here every Sunday. If you happen to come on Sunday or Monday, you might have difficulties breathing. But And it's a very small, very poor group of Christians, but they have a very important place here. What they found here was a burial cave from the 1st century. A burial cave with 2 beds, and 1st century, that's the same century as the time that Jesus was buried and resurrected. So it's possible to have a look inside. And here you see 2 beds. And in front of the cave, as was customary, there's a small ridge here for the rolling stone. They used to bury, thank you, they used to bury people for 1 year and then take the bones out and then rebury them in an ossuary. Ossuary is a box, a stone box where you put in the bones, and then you can have many remains of people in the same cave. This is the Coptic place, Egyptian Christians, and in here, the back of it, there's a person in it now. In there, in the back, facing it, you can still see and touch bedrock of the cave. So now we're coming to the Armenian chapel, which is here. And like Golgotha, where it's the Greek Orthodox, also the Armenians have the possibility of buying candles, which can be burnt here. You see, we made a round. There's the stone of anointment and the Franciscan stairs. And in the middle of this dome, again, 11th century Crusaders who built this. There's the tomb of Jesus. The center is for the most powerful church in this country, the Greek Orthodox. It's a beautiful place. I cannot enter now. Sometimes it's open. Now it's not. Also the tomb of Jesus Christ. It's not open for visitors at the moment, but this is where he resurrected. Again, the most important place in Christianity.